Well, as the Fukushima nuclear meltdown continues, this news is out today. Actually, this is from yesterday, April 2nd, 2012. Fukushima fallout in New Hampshire, radioactive iodine at 12,000 atoms per square meter in sediment. Sediment being, of course, just like topsoil, you know, the dirt, it's actually the wash-off. You know, that sediment would be where water, you know, like rainwater runs across the soil and then it builds up sediment. So apparently in New Hampshire they took some sediment and they tested it for Fukushima radioactive iodine fallout, and they found that there was 12,000 atoms per square meter, which is like a 3 feet by 3 feet. You know, so like a square of 3 feet. You know, where the sides are 3 feet, there's 12,000 radioactive atoms inside that. And you know, New Hampshire is obviously nowhere near Fukushima, but you know, it's probably like from California all the way over to the East Coast. It's everywhere, obviously, but it probably, there's like a higher level on the West Coast as compared to the East Coast. New Hampshire being, of course, on the East Coast. So where New Hampshire is 12,000 atoms per square meter, it's probably like 14,000 atoms per square meter in Ohio, and 18,000 atoms per square meter in Montana, and 20,000, 30,000 atoms per square meter in California. You know, and that's how that works. As you know, the further and further away from the source of the fallout, the less and less the fallout will be. But that the fallout in New Hampshire is at 12,000 atoms per square meter. You know, it speaks to the whole world having been a nuclear wash across the course of the last year. That the whole world is now suffering devastating fallout that is on a level to kill hundreds of millions of people globally. You know, that's if you know, nothing else happens radiologically that's gonna further devastate the environment, like nuclear war, another nuclear meltdown, you know, all these nuclear releases that are going on daily at the U.S. nuclear power plants. That, you know, all of these nuclear power plants over the past year, they've been reporting that they're spewing you know, radioactive material daily. You know, not every power plant on each day, but you know, each day there is a new nuclear release by some power plant in the United States. So, you know, this is it's a very dangerous situation. It's obviously not something that's being corrected by the present powers, and about the only thing that I can think, you know, people could do individually is, you know, you go out there and you clean your own yard and you greenhouse it. You know, you put a greenhouse over your yard so that you know, you don't have the fallout coming in from other places. Yeah, so you would need to buy like you know, clear plastic vinyl, like, you know, big sheets of it. You know, I found a place that they sell up to like 95 meters of you know, 95 meters long of 3-foot vinyl. You know, so you can do like then you'd have to patchwork the stuff together, build up like a PVC structure that will go over your whole yard, and then you create a greenhouse so that, you know, you have the light coming in. You're able to continue to grow like your lawn and, you know, whatever else it is you're growing, your garden and whatnot, and you know, keep all this nasty air on the outside, because the Fukushima meltdown is still going on. It went China syndrome last year. It melted outside of the power plant. It's way outside of containment. They're doing absolutely nothing to stop it from melting into the ground. Eventually it's going to be a super volcano, and then it's going to black hole Earth. But you know, for right now, what what the situation is that we need to militate against is the fallout that is everywhere. Oh yeah, beyond just greenhousing your yard, you would also have to get up all of the topsoil, which is where most of this stuff will have been filtered into the topsoil, and then mix it with boron. So like borax, you can get at that at like the grocery store. Borax is in the detergent aisle, and you'd have to mix the borax into your topsoil, and then you can put the topsoil back down. Then you gotta irrigate, because if you cover your whole yard, then you got you got no rainfall falling on your yard. If you do like a greenhouse around your yard, then you got no rainfall, so then you're gonna have to water your yard, irrigation. And yeah, I don't know, that's about all I can really think of might be done about this situation. The fallout to correct what has already been done and to prevent more from falling on your yard. And they say that the fallout from the nuclear tests, that that all stopped a couple decades ago, but the fallout is still in the upper atmosphere. That it's still raining down on the whole world, and that it might be hundreds of years, it might be thousands of years before most of or before all of the fallout from the nuclear tests is down. So this continuing nuclear meltdown, the fallout from that is still going to be in the atmosphere for hundreds of thousands of years. We don't know how long it's going to be up there. The jet stream's constantly moving at hundreds of miles an hour. That's the high atmosphere winds, and so it's impossible to determine exactly when it is that all of this fallout is going to be cleaned out of the atmosphere. There's probably things that we could do about cleaning the fallout out of the atmosphere, but those aren't being done. What they're doing with like the spray jets behind the chemtrail planes, they're just putting more nasty stuff in the atmosphere. They're not putting anything in the atmosphere that could take the nuclear radioactive material out of the atmosphere. Anyhow, yeah, I don't know, that's it's the ongoing devastation of the environment by the Fukushima meltdown, and it has now been measured in New Hampshire that the fallout is in the topsoil at a devastating level.